What's going on? It's time to talk about another Full Moon Features film. Today I'm going to be looking at the movie, I'm going to be talking about the movie Blood Dolls. Produced by Full Moon Entertainment, August 30th, 1999. Written by Robert Talbot, which is actually just Charles Band, the owner of um, Full Moon Entertainment. Yeah, he just used his pseudonym for some reason, and it was directed by Charles Band himself. So, yeah, and if you're not sure who Charles Band is or even Full Moon Entertainment, they're the company that's behind the Puppet Master film franchise and other film franchises such as like the Trancers films, the demonic toys films, the evil bong films. They have a whole pile of film series and stuff like this. This is one of those rare one-off films that they did. Yeah. So the story of Blood Dolls is basically there's this evil scientist who has a deformed shrunken head and wears this like tiki style mask to hide it from the public. He has a butler with clown makeup who's his enforcer, and then he also has he's basically a billionaire and is pretty ruthless. So he creates these blood dolls, these three killer dolls to help exact revenge on people who betray him. So yeah, um, he creates these dolls in this interesting machine, and you see that in the beginning. It's pretty cool, and actually, and how they did it. And then he also has this all girl heavy metal group or hard rock, heavy metal, gothic rock type group, and that are always in an electrified cage, and they play. They're like 10 songs or whatever, whenever he says, and they have the little handler, and they shock them and stuff like that, and they play whenever he asks them to and stuff. Must be pretty cool being a billionaire and having that. The setting of this film is actually pretty well done, like the billionaire mansion and stuff like that. For Full Moon making micro budget films and like low budget filmmaking and stuff, they definitely utilize a lot of like the spaces they can get and stuff like that. So the mansion setting in this film was actually pretty well put together and stuff. And the characters and stuff from the people who betray him uh, and that he's going to exact revenge on is actually pretty good because it starts off as like some of the people that trying to make a deal with them and was going to turn their backs on him and are spying on him and his group of friends and stuff like that. Really, the way that when he finds out and twists it and becomes more of almost like a torture scene and stuff, it was actually well done. The characters are actually pretty well fleshed out in this type of film, which is rare to see sometimes in Full Moon films, especially when it's like the first one they're doing and stuff. It has sort of like the same feel as Puppet Master 1 in a way, but done a little more modernly and a little more thought was put into like how the puppets would come to be and and the puppets in the film it's only that's like half the story and where the obviously the marketing and everything was focused on them but because like the killer dolls stuff is like the big money makers for Full Moon. So obviously they're going to focus more on that. But that's only half of the aspect. And when you see the dolls in the same scene and stuff, there's good fluent motion and stuff. They're not really static figures like in like the early 1990s they had Full Moon was going through a lot of problems and money issues and stuff like that. So I used to always see like static figures in the cheapest way possible to throw it together. But this one actually the cinematography and everything, it made it look a little more lively, and looks like they spent a little more money on this film to try to boost their ego and stuff like that, boost their Full Moon brand, and try to make things how they used to be, like in the golden ages when the first three Puppet Masters stuff came out. So they have a good set of actors. The acting was pretty good. There's a lot of character actors that you'd see that were in other full moon productions. So if you've seen other full moon films, you'll see a lot of familiar faces, and yeah, so usually they do a couple films with full moon and stuff. So you get to see them all, and a lot of the characters are likable and well fleshed out, and the special effects and stuff in this were pretty good too. There's some pretty good torture scenes. There's an early sort of Saw-ish type scene of this one of the guys who's helping this detective chick try to get one over on the billionaire. Yeah, and then he turns his back. He kind of like was going behind her back. He catches onto it, and the puppets kill him in this like barbed wire bondage sort of scene and stuff. It was actually pretty cool and stuff. And yeah, there's some good kills. And also the unique thing with this film is they give you two alternate endings, and they put them both in the film. So you'll see the first ending, which is they try to kill everybody and all the bad guys and stuff like that, and only the puppets survive, and they move on and escape from the lair after a marriage scene. Or you get the happy ending where they get married, and all of a sudden everyone's just like starts to realize that they are meant for each other and stuff. So either way, it has your an ending for to settle both sides, which I thought was interesting. It's kind of odd seeing it one right after the other, but it's still a unique little touch that you don't really see in movies these days. And yeah, so that was pretty interesting. There's not really much to complain about. It is pretty short. It's like an hour 20 minutes or something like that. And but they really do emphasize, like, try to get you to feel for the characters on both sides. So it's a little hard to tell which one to root for at times, and the kill sort of takes a while to get started, and it does have a lot of Puppet Master-esque to it, where you see a lot of the similarities in the first three Puppet Master films. Some scenes were taken from that, so some of the originality might be not there, but it's still a fun, enjoyable full moon feature. If you like full moon, you'll like this one. This is actually one of the better ones of like the newer age full moon. And yeah, I don't have very much to complain about besides the fact that it was just a little too short. I kind of wanted a little more puppet kills, but for what they had, it's still fun and still worth a watch, and definitely something you should check out if you like killer doll movies or you like full moon in general and stuff like that. This is definitely one of their better ones I've seen so far, and I've reviewed quite a few of them on the channel already. So yeah, this is definitely way better than some of the newer stuff. Like, it's way better than Evil Bong and Decadent Evil and stuff like that. So yeah, check out Blood Dolls. It's pretty good. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5. I can't justify, obviously it's not going to get a perfect score, and I can't really justify a reason to give it 4.5, so I think 4 out of 5 is good for a full moon rating. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. There's a channel link down below like always. Also, if you want to stay in the loop, check out my Instagram. It's always linked down below. I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story, and I usually have the film title and the subgenre of film in a hashtag in the film clips, so you can see what's up. So if you want to stay in the loop, follow me on Instagram. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought. And yeah, let me know your favorite full moon feature film if you have one down below too. And let me know if there's any films that you want to hear my opinions on, whether it's another full moon film or any film at all. Let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can if I can find them. Yeah, don't forget to like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe, because you never know what I'm going to talk about next. I'm actually probably going to talk about another full moon film next, but we'll see how that goes. But definitely check out Blood Dolls. It was a pretty surprise, pretty good little killer doll movie. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it, and watch out for all those killer dolls out there that the billionaires are making. You never know when you're going to run across one. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So cheers.